Sports broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got a special treat for you folks tonight. Sports writing heavyweight Bill Simmons is in the house. We are nearly...
Look, guys,
amazing to think. DA, thanks. So Sacramento will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Sacramento. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley Stein. Rodney Hood out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Morris in at the three, the small forward. Hood against Harden. And a wide open look for Hood. For three. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Inside, Doncic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
The Rockets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
Fox kicks to Morris. Trying to find Fox. Gets it to him. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession. Here's Bagley, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Cauley Stein passes to Fox. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertainingest hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference. And then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple days. You use the TV revenue from that, because you could get good money from that, to maybe shorten the season, which would be, for me, the #1 thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. If there's too many nights where the players, I just think basketball is really hard to play.
Morris with the bucket.
Boy, excellent recognition from Fox there, Kevin. Outstanding at recognizing when his guys are open.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports and pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
Here's Morris, shoots over Doncic, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. You know, I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were tape delayed.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple of years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump them off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I can see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, 5 seconds later. So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky we are out there.
Fox kicks to Bogdanovich. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists in the game. For Houston, they have looked good at the line today. They're perfect in 4 attempts. First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. 55 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Bogdanovich. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Brooks, that's a 2-pointer, and that's an air ball. Not even close. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Bogdanovich kicks to Fox. It's deflected.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Stolen by Monroe. Fox dishes to Monroe. An easy 2 points on the layup. Monroe's got his second basket of the night.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely. And that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Kings lead by 7. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
Greg Monroe, regarded as one of the better big men in the NBA, but in recent seasons, his minutes have been going down. He talked about maintaining his focus.
I'm a player. You know, as long as I'm on the court, whenever I'm on the court, it's just about being productive. You know, it's about continuing to...
Professional mindset. Monroe is seasoned veteran, ready to go when his name is called.
It's challenging to accept a different or lesser role, but Monroe is approaching it like a true pro.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
Take note of the work they've done on the offensive glass. Guys, they've got a ton of putbacks.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Shelvin Mack is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Brooks. And it's Williams at the 5. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. No, listen, the world changes every decade, and you got to change with it. And the reality is, esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill. Can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had an Intellivision and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all 3 of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it and try not falling off. It's impossible. I've been there every step of the way. I am pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well because that sounds like an old guy, but so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does.
My son
plays again. I know it.
But I could have done it. I
know you could have.
I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He'd really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it. It was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
they embraced it.
Yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they wanted to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
And they're able to recover. Great open look there. Hood's got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
Fox really interested in making his teammates better, and he does it with his passing.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Collins checked in for Williams. Doncic comes in for Brooks. And it's Dennis Smith in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And a change for Sacramento. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
Appreciate being on Go Celtics.
You can't root on these guys.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Clark, always great to have Bill with us, a content creator who really taps into what the audience is thinking.
Could not agree with you more. Amen to all of that, Kevin. He's got a very loyal fan base and readers and viewers that share his vision, not just on sports, but on life. And that strong connection he has with them is admirable.
Yes, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. They stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And it's in there. Jackson's got his first points of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Rockets trail by 7. Doncic, no good. There's 21 seconds left in the second quarter. Now, here's Bagley. He started by Collins. Cauley Stein's shot is good. Cauley Stein's got 8 points.
really active down there, imposing his will and force and seeing his efforts pay off.
Here's Doncic. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 8 points for Luka Doncic.
Kevin can't leave anybody open around Smith. I mean, he finds them quickly. Love his court awareness.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. And for us, our bread is buttered inside. So we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great. But we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. It was a fast pace for Sacramento at the outset. Their lead at one point was up to 7, and they had some real nice momentum going. By the end of the first quarter, their lead was 7. The second quarter wasn't as kind to them, but they still fought through some mistakes to have a 6-point cushion at the half. What'd you think about Sacramento, Kenny?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game so far from Marcus Morris.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Down low, it's Bagley and Cauley Stein. De'Aaron Fox out there with Rodney Hood. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Obviously, the game is played with a more wide-open style now, Clark. Name a few old-school bigs who continue to make an impact.
Well, I like what Andre Drummond does. Big fella's a glass-eating machine. Still needs to refine his moves and shooting touch, but his athleticism and rebounding off the charts. Blake Griffin stands out as well. Highly skilled, very, very athletic. Steven Adams, obviously a big guy who plays an old-school game, rim protector, finisher, good hands, great strength. Dwight Howard, he's on the backside of his career, but you think about what he was able to do in his prime as a shot blocker, rebounder, finisher. He's got some old-school qualities as well.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Jackson passes to Collins. No good with the triple. Sacramento leading by 5. To the paint. And it's Bagley that time on the assist by Morris. Morris has got 3 assists in the game. Harden against Hood. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 9.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And then for Sacramento, Greg Monroe. He's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Labissiere comes in for Bagley. And it's Bogdanovich in for Rodney Hood. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Fox. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Kings have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there.
You know, P.J. Tucker drafted back in 2006. Wow, that's a dozen years ago already. But, you know, he spent a handful of seasons in Europe early on refining his game. A good move for him. Came back with a 3-point shot that's become the foundation of his offensive arsenal.
Brooks misses. Sacramento leading by 3. Bogdanovich left side. Stolen by Tucker. And oh, here we go. Brooks, nobody back.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That was a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yep, he was on the money. It's no doubt.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Bogdanovich got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. Monroe's shot is good.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge. And in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And P.J. Tucker, a 6'6" player, a combo forward, really versatile.
You know, in some ways that used to be a backhanded compliment, but his combination of strength and quickness and his rebounding ability. I mean, this guy is tenacious at chasing down loose pumpkins and plays defensively either forward position quite strongly. So a lot of value from P.J. Tucker.
Morris, no good. And it's Williams with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 3. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. 1:11 left here in the third quarter. Fox with it. 9 points in the game so far, taken away by Williams. Morris against Brooks. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. 7 points for Brooks. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but we also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim. As they've challenged every shot, also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Mack, no luck. For Sacramento, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Brooks kicks it to Tucker. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Fox. Williams, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Rockets on top, up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Doncic out there with Collins. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Here's a look at what's coming up now for the Sacramento Kings. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And going up against the Pelicans, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And the Rockets making a change here. Jackson's checked in. The 3. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Kings trail by 6. Here's Bogdanovich, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And Bogdan Bogdanovich, Greg, a highly decorated player internationally. Multiple silver medals with the Serbian national team, a EuroLeague champion back in 2017.
I mean, he's a talented player, very skilled, and at 6'6" can play either guard spot. Great shooter. I think he's one to watch. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander by Hood. Outside Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. James Harden. He's checked in for Houston. For Hood. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And here's the fast break. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing, possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
Collins passes to Smith. Over Bogdanovich. Jackson against Cauley Stein. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein. The Kings making a switch here. Fox is checked in. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Shot clock at 3, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And it is absolutely remarkable watching Harden draw contact. So effortless, so crafty, and so consistent in putting the defense in a bounce.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Cauley Stein kicks to Bagley. Fox passes to Ibaka. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really need it.
Another miss by Houston.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Got that one up quick. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Harden finds Jackson. But they recover it. And some nice passing there by Houston. It's Harden with the drive. Collins wide open. He fires. And right through it goes. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Hey, we know Harden can score. But he also has great vision.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 4. 1:58 left here in the 4th quarter. A moment to take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Morris is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Let's go now to the sideline, catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Dave Yeager went over with his team. He told them, hey, stick with what's working. He said they're giving us all the room we need to get easy looks in the paint. Let's keep working the ball inside. Guys, back to you.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Quick first step there. Bagley's faster than most players his size. He gets up on you in a hurry.
And he is unable to get the second one. Harden surveying the D. Pass to Smith. Out to the right wing. Jackson down low. Cauley Stein defending. Yep, it counts.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ballgame.
It's tipped.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, I tell you, it's a treat watching Harden play. I mean, he's so fluid in his shooting form, but he's also sensational driving inside and a capable passer as well. This guy's got it all.
That is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
There's the lob to Jackson. Count!
Nobody better at running the screen and roll than Harden. He's conniving, creative, pacing, spacing, all of that on display. Incredible in the pick and roll.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover had it, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
And just easy to see why people are so high on Bagley. His ability to deliver there in the clutch is impressive.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jackson kicks to Harden. Count it!
This is exactly what happens when you allow James Harden to heat up.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're behind by 4. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
Whatever it is, it's got to be fast. I mean, can't waste any time at this point.
15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Good from downtown. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Here's Smith. And Smith with the stop.
You got to give Smith a bunch of credit. I mean, he didn't get nervous, was remarkably calm in an important moment.
So we see the Rockets get the win here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. James, you guys look like you got to pace and space the way you want to tonight.
Yeah, they did a good job. Very good job. We tried to push the ball as much as possible. They kept getting offensive rebounds, so we stuck with it, 4 quarters, and grinded it out.
Yeah, you got control at the end there, and it led to the win. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
Do the horse. Do the horse. Bro, unless you pull a JC, you're good, bro. JC got it. How did you do that? What? Yeah, that's Harrison's mom. All right. It's great.